What's up, people? This is RGC, and I want to give you a little background, a little history about how I got into video games. First off, the three consoles you see before you, these are my primary consoles that I concentrate on, collect for, and game, or use to play games, I should say. The Super Nintendo you see over here is the first console I ever got. I got this in roughly 1991-92. I didn't start playing it for a few months after I got it until my uncle actually opened up the box, and I just came over to my grandmother's house where the console was, and he was playing it, and I got interested in it, and then I eventually started to play daily. This particular console came with Super Mario World. You know, back in the days when consoles actually came with games. Needless to say, now they don't. Anyway, this is the main console I began to play or play when I was a kid. When I was a toddler, I actually played the Atari 2600 in the late 80s. But that's not really my console, though. Anyway, around 1993-94, I began to see this blue character running around, typically in cartoons and stuff like that in the afternoon, after school. Saw some ads in magazines, and I began to get kind of interested. It's a platformer, rather fast-paced, faster paced than Mario. So I like speed, I like to run, and I eventually got into Sonic. So of course, to play Sonic, you got to have a Sega console. So asked my dad, got a Sega Genesis. Got a Game Gear as well. My mom bought me a Game Gear. I had a lot of the Game Gear titles. That was, of course, my first handheld, roughly around 1993, 94, somewhere in there. Had Sonic 2. The Game Gear came with Sonic 2. I eventually got Sonic 1 for Game Gear. I got Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Chaos, most of the Sonic Blast, which is a terrible game. I mean, it was a terrible game for all of its console releases. Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Genesis, on the Saturn, on the Game Gear especially. It was a terrible game. But slow game to play, awkward camera angles, whatever. Subjective, yeah, I know. Anyway, back on subject. I eventually got a Sega CD. I only got it for Sonic CD. Great game. I loved it. Then I got a Sega 32X. I got that for Knuckles Chaotix. Actually, one of my favorite childhood games. So, in a nutshell, that's my whole Sega experience. I don't have a lot of games for this particular console, or consoles, but I just mainly play Sonic games, on Sega. So, that's it. Roughly around 1996, Nintendo was releasing another console, and the N64 was next up. I got this. I got Mario 64. That was my first game for the N64. As with most people, it was the primary launch title. And I enjoyed that for about a year before I got another game. 1997-ish, got Killer Instinct Gold. Then I got, Star Fox, got Diddy Kong Racing, and so on. So, out of these three consoles, my favorite one, of course, is the N64, and it is the primary console I collect for. So these are the main consoles that define my childhood. These are the golden era consoles for me. Roughly 1992 to 2000, which was nearly the end of that console's lifespan, the N64. So, yeah. Like I said, these are the main consoles I like to concentrate on. I don't collect NES, and I don't collect Sega Master System. I have nothing against them. It's just, they're not particularly nostalgic for me, and it's just some things about them I'm not really into. So, that being said, I'll let you know a little bit more about me. I only play the actual consoles for my gameplay videos. I don't use emulators or ROMs or ISOs. No tool assistance on my videos. real gameplay in real time. Some people upload tool assisted runs and stuff on gameplay. I don't do that. I like the actual gaming experience. And sometimes a part of the gaming experience is not doing so well, dying, messing up, etc. That's just how it is. Gaming wouldn't be fun if you won all the time. I like a game that's a challenge. So, sometimes I may mess up, but hey, at least I'm being real with you and you're actually seeing real gameplay. A lot of people who upload the videos to YouTube, they've shot that video 15, 20 times before they actually got it, if not more, got it to the point where they actually want to upload the video. I know a lot of people get a lot of bad ratings and stuff for uploading videos where they die a lot. Excessive dying and stuff like that, yeah, not so good. But, hey, not everybody's a master at every game. So, that's a little bit about me. I only use first-party equipment, especially for these consoles. Quality is important. This is my SNES. I don't use the retro consoles that play 3 or 4 different types of games. Like they got the one that plays NES, SNES, and Sega Genesis. Those things, the quality is terrible. This is the original console I got back in the early 90s. It still works. This is not my original N64. This is the clear smoke or smoke gray or whatever. I got this one recently, but I sold my original N64. But it still works. This is quality. This still works. All the components still work. It's quality. I like first party stuff, first party controllers, and that's all I collect. First party equipment and peripherals. I'm actually a gamer and I actually play what I collect. I do have a few sealed games though. I'm not into sports games. Sorry, they don't interest me. They tend not to be worth a lot either. Just being honest. I'm more into platformers, action adventure, racing, fighting, some puzzle, and some RPG games. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm not really into shooters. Maybe I did. I have to look back at the video. I'm not a reseller. I do buy in lots. I do a lot of Craigslist deals. I do purchase stuff on eBay. I go to pawn shops and stuff like that. Some things I realize I'm not going to find in the wild. So if I see it for a good price, I'm going to buy it. It's very simple. I'm a gamer and a collector. And, if I see something I want, I'm going to get it. Very simple. My specialties are the Super Nintendo, N64, Sega Genesis, PS1, and the PS2. My favorite franchises are Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, Mega Man, Metroid, and Bomberman. Kirby and Zelda are on the rise, in my opinion, regarding them actually being part of my favorites. So that's a little bit about me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down there in the comments section. In a few upcoming videos, I'll be addressing some of the increasing and ridiculous prices for retro gaming consoles and games. I think it's the whole nostalgic feel, and a lot of people around the age of 30 or so, they actually have a little bit more disposable income, so, they can go back and buy stuff that they gave away or sold or lost or something back in their childhood. They want to experience that again. Sometimes people just want their kids to play what, they played when they were kids. So, I plan on keeping these consoles and letting my kids play them eventually too. But I'll address pricing, a few more game tips, a few more pickup videos coming up pretty soon. Of course, some gameplay videos. So, yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions regarding trades or games or anything like that, let me know. I will be uploading a list of games I'm willing to trade for. I have a list of games I'm really looking for collection-wise. As far as my collecting goes are I like to have around 50 boxed SNES games, and I like to have around 50 boxed N64 games. Of course, the N64 games need to be ones that I actually want to play. SNES as well. I like CIB games that are complete with the manual and box and stuff like that. That's just part of my collecting and whatnot. I eventually plan to collect all the fantastic N64s. I only have 2 more left to get. There's a few series I want to get complete in box for N64 and Super Nintendo. And I need to step up my Sega Genesis collecting. And the thing about Nintendo right now is it's hot. Everybody's trying to get back in a retro thing, I guess. The Super Nintendo games and the NES as well, anything Nintendo, they're going for prices roughly 2 to 3 times that of their Sega Genesis variants or counterparts, I should say. I don't know if it's the fact that the Super Nintendo, I think it really is. Super Nintendo is just more popular, number one. And the cartridges for the Super Nintendo, when you bought them, they came in cardboard. A lot of these Sega Genesis, they came in these clamshell cases that actually held up better. And it's easier to find CIB copies of Sega Genesis games. Maybe that's something to do with some of the pricing as well. But either way, it's cheaper to collect for Sega than it is for Super Nintendo or N64 right now. Simple economics, you got high demand, you got limited supply, you're going to have high prices. You don't have to buy on eBay. You can check out pawn shops and Craigslist and stuff like that to get stuff. So just keep that in mind. GameCube is another console that's going to be expensive to collect for pretty soon. It's already kind of getting there. It's getting harder and harder to find games for it. But I'll address this stuff in another video. But yeah, if you want to save some money, collect for Sega. Not these two. But yeah. Let me know your opinions on what I just said. If you got any tips for me, I'm down. Let me know. Feel free to check out my Instagram to see some of my other collection pieces as always. If you're into automobiles, check out the link on my main YouTube page. That'll link to my automotive channel. Haven't really been working on that. Need to work on my gaming right now. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what's on your mind. Have a nice day. Retro Gamer Central out.